Whether your Canon R series camera has one card slot or two, there are some file organization options that you need to know about before you start shooting. So here's how you set everything up. This video is an excerpt from my Canon R Photography Fundamentals course, which you'll find linked in the video description. Let's first go over where your photos are recorded on your memory card and how you name them. If your camera has two memory card slots, and you have cards in both, so you're using both of them, you'll want to set up which file formats are recorded to each card. You'll find that in the Setup menu under Record Function plus Card Folder Selection. And there's a default setting. If you set this to Enable, photos will be recorded to one card, and then movies will be recorded to the other. And you can see on this page which card will be recording the photos and which one will be recording the movies. You do have to have cards in both slots with free space on them for this to work. But if you want more control, you want to customize how this file recording happens, you can set this to Disable, and then you'll see some additional options. Under Recording Options, this is where you can send different files to different cards. Standard is going to record to the card selected in the Record Play option we'll discuss in a minute. So if you select card 1 here, when card 1 fills up, nothing else can be recorded. It's not going to go to card 2. It's just going to stop. It's going to give you an error message. So I wouldn't really recommend that. You can do auto switch card. Now that's the same as standard, but when that card fills up, the other card is going to serve as overflow. So when the card you selected fills up, the other card is going to start recording. There's a record separately option here, which means that images are going to be recorded to both cards. You can choose which image quality you want to record to each card, so you can have different image qualities recorded here. Or you can select Record Multiple. Files will be recorded on each card in the same format. And what this means is that the two cards are going to be clones of each other at the end of the day. So this is the most pure backup option. Record Play is going to be available with standard or auto switch card set in the previous option. You'll choose which card is the primary card used to record photos and movies, and that'll be your default card when you are playing back photos and movies. If you have Record Separately or Record Multiple set in that previous option, you'll have Play available, and this will let you choose which card is the default for playback mode. We will discuss the folder selection option in just a second, but my recommendation here, if you're a working photographer, you're doing paid or commissioned work, you may want to select Record Multiple to avoid issues if a rare malfunction happens to one of your cards. And this is very rare, but you do have that backup. If you're a casual or hobby photographer, you're going to be just fine selecting Auto Switch Card. Again, card malfunctions are extremely rare, but if you are concerned about that, you can certainly choose Record Multiple. Now let's talk about Select Folder. This is available in that previous menu option if you have two card slots, but then every other camera has a Select Folder option also that you'll find in the Setup menu. This is where you can set the folders that your photos are going to be recorded in. Note that your image folders on your memory card are going to appear as a 5-digit name with a 3-digit prefix. The folder name is set to a camera-specific default, and then the folder numbers are going to start with 100. The camera will automatically create a new sequential folder, so like 101, 102, when the previous folder reaches an image sequence number of 9,999. You can create multiple folders on your memory card to organize your photos. For example, if you're on a trip to Africa and you want to create separate folders for each safari outing or location, you can create a new folder for each one of those. Your options in here, you'll see Create Folder, and this creates a new folder with the next sequential folder number prefix. So if your highest folder number is 104, and you select Create Folder, it's going to be 105. Some cameras have a Change Folder Name option. This lets you change the 5-character folder name. For our Africa example, you could type AFRIC for your Africa trip to let you know all of the photos in that folder are from Africa. And then you can select any folder from the list to record subsequent photos. The folder name you see in blue is the current default folder. You will see how many photos are in that folder, as well as thumbnails for the first and last photos in that folder. Now, my recommendation here, it's not really necessary unless you need in-camera organization, perhaps to speed up importing photos to your computer if you only want to import photos from one shoot, but you have several shoots on your card. Now, with all of that said, a lot of post-processing programs like Photo Mechanic, Capture One, and Lightroom Classic, they do make it very easy to sort photos during import. And that's how I do all of my organization, because honestly, this is just another administrative task that you have to do in camera, that you have to train yourself to keep up with in order to make it work for you. So if you do want to use this feature, make sure you have a plan on how to use it and you stay on top of it. Create folders in advance if you know you'll be using them on a trip, and then add this to My Menu so that you're reminded to update it as needed. In many cameras, you will also see a file naming option in the Setup menu. This is where you can choose how your photos are named. By default, file names are going to start with some random 4-character name, followed by a sequence number. But you can change that random file name, the preset code, by creating your own user setting prefixes. You can change this prefix to help your organization. For example, if you have multiple cameras and you want to know which files were created by which camera. That's the most common use case for this feature. Your options are Change User Setting 1 and Change User Setting 2. User Setting 1, you can use the keypad to select 4 characters to use as the naming prefix. And then User Setting 2, this is where you can create a 3-character prefix. The 4th character will be generated automatically depending on the image size. Once your naming conventions are set, you can choose which one you want to use for all subsequent future photos. And just like with the folder naming, this is another administrative task, another thing to remember to use or change and confuse yourself. So unless you do have multiple cameras or you have a plan for how and why you want to name your photos within the camera, just leave this as the default. Then you can rename your files on the computer with your post-processing software. You'll see another option in the Setup menu called File Numbering. And this is where you can set whether or not the photo sequence number will restart at 0001 or continue from the last number when a new folder or memory card is used. So in numbering, you have 2 options here, continuous or auto reset. If you set it to continuous, file numbering is not interrupted when you are going to a new folder or a new card. So if the last image was numbered 1801, the next image is going to be numbered 1802 in the new folder or card. If that number already exists in that folder, numbering will start at the highest number already on that card. Or if you choose auto reset, file numbering will restart at 0001. If that last image was numbered 1801, the next one will start at 0001 in the new folder or card. You can also select manual reset here to force the next image to start at 0001 in a new folder. Like if you're photographing in a new location or photographing a new client, you can do that manual reset. And I'd recommend setting continuous. This will simplify your organization, especially when using multiple memory cards. If you set it to auto reset, You could have several files named IMG0001 on a single memory card, and that could create headaches if you're not aware of what's happening or why. These settings are mostly a set it once and forget it kind of thing. So unless you're doing a lot of the different customization for folders, most of you can just configure these how it works for you, and then you never have to come back to them. Some of these do look slightly different for the different camera bodies as we saw in the video, but for the most part, you have a lot of options that you need to configure before you start shooting. For a full walkthrough of all of your Canon R series camera setup before you start shooting all of the other options, and then to learn more about your exposure and focus systems, you can check out my Canon R Photography Fundamentals course, which has videos and text outlines, downloads and quizzes and assignments to give you a full learning experience for your Canon R camera. You can check that out at photocourses.link/Canon R and use the code TUBE20 for 20% off of that course. Please let me know if you have any other questions or comments. Subscribe for more great tips like this every week, and I hope to see you in the next video.